Now, dear students, today we will learn and try to understand the control statements that are used in C language and the statements that are used for programming of Arduino microcontroller. First of all, what are the control statements? Control statements are the statements, the line of code that controls the flow of code, that at which condition what should happen. So there are different types of control statements like the if statement, if else statement, then we have the switches, then we have the condition operators. Today we will discuss only the if statement. Let's say if the syntax for this is that we will write if, then these round brackets, and under these round brackets we will have these curly braces. So in these round brackets we will write condition, and in these curly braces we will write statements that will execute when this condition is true. Just like I can say that if someone is thirsty, then he will drink water. Similarly, if I am hungry, I will have a lunch. So these actually statements like the if statements is controlling the flow, that is that the condition is true. Once the condition is true, then these statements written in these curly braces will be executed. Let's say, let me comment this. Now let's say I declare two variables in the void setup. Let's say I declare int, and let's say x is equal to 10, and declare another variable int y is equal to 5, and in the while loop I am going to write the if statement like if then in this round brackets we have to write the condition. Then let's say if I say that if x is greater than y, then what will happen? Under this condition statement, in the curly braces we will write the statement we want to execute when the condition x greater than y is true. For here I want to turn on this LED, this one, the red LED, if x is greater than y, and let's say for that we will write a function in the Arduino like that is digital write, and in the digital write we will specify pin number, and what we want to write, we want to turn it on. For that we have to write high means 5 volt will be applied on pin number 13. So over here what I have done, that I have declared two variable and have initialized one way x with 10, y with 5, and in the while loop I have written that if x is greater than y, then a digital write pin number 13 high, that it should turn on the LED. And let's save our work, and let's run the simulation and see what happens. It is saying some error. Yes, the error is that we have declared void set x and y variable in the void setup, and we have called these variable in while loop. So these are different functions. X and y is local variable. So let's first of all copy these variables and make them global by pasting on the very top of the code. So let's save this and let's run the simulation. Now you can see that our red LED is on because x is 10, y is 5. In this case, this condition x greater than y is true. This is true. That is why it's writing, executing this statement, digital write 13 pin as high. So let's stop this, and let's say if I am going to write another statement like if x is less than y, then what will happen? Then digital write pin number 13 low. In this case, let's say what will happen, let's save, let's execute this. You can see it's again high because our first condition x greater than y is true. That is why it's outputting the pin number 13 high, and x is less than y is false. That why it's low. Let's differentiate by putting an LED onto another pin. Let's place this over here and give it a green color, and let's add this LED to pin number A, and let's add this cathode to ground, and let's add a resistor over here. Delete, add a resistor, in this way, add to resistor, then to pin number 12. So let's change this value to 20 ohm, and let's save this. We have added a green LED and a red LED. So let's specify the pin number 12 as input or as output because we have connected LED. And over here, let's say I am going to turn on pin number 12 high when x is less than y. So let's say this. So we have written here two things. The first condition is that x greater than y, then if this is true, then this will turn on the red LED, and if x is less than y, this will turn on the green LED. So let's run the simulation and see what happens. So currently it's red LED on because x is greater than y. So let's stop this. Let's say if I write y as 50, now x is not greater than y, x is less than y. So let's save and let's see what happens. Now you can see that green LED is on because our this condition is true and this condition is false because we have changed the values of the variable. So in this way, the if statement helps us to control the flow of the execution, that at which condition what should happen, what functions a microcontroller should perform. By using the if statement, we are going to control these things. Another concept in this is that if I remove these curly braces, then and in this is also the same as writing these line in the curly braces. What will happen that the first line will always be executed. Like right, this one line is for writing the condition. Then we have the statement. The first line after the if statement in C language, the first line after the if statement is always executed. So let me show you. Let's save this and let's run the simulation. Using that, it's green. So if you don't want to write in the curly braces the executes the statement that you want to execute on the particular condition, you can also write that statement after the if condition, but in this case only the first line will be executed. Like let's say if I comment this, you know that when we comment a statement it's not executed in the microcontroller. If I write over here like this, now what will happen? You see that both the LEDs are off because our this condition is not true. So hope you have understood the if condition in which we write the first of all if, then the condition, then we write the statements that we want to execute.